Have you ever been startled to find your legs suddenly shaky and weak after just a few short steps? Have you ever wondered why you often get cramps at night or feel unsteady and off balance whenever you stand up? Is it really just old age, an unavoidable law of nature? But what if I told you that your legs are not actually growing weak because of age, but because of familiar habits in the bathroom that quietly erode your strength? Would you believe it? For many years, most of us have assumed that as we grow older, our bodies must become frail and our legs inevitably sluggish. But science has proven that the truth is not that simple. The changes in your legs, from heaviness and numbness to poor balance, are not only caused by aging, but also by the way you bathe every day. Have you ever considered that cold tile floors, water that's too hot, or even drying off carelessly could determine whether your legs remain strong? The frightening truth is this: the very room we think of as the safest, the bathroom, can become a trap that silently weakens muscles, clogs blood vessels, and dulls nerve sensitivity. And if nothing changes, the very legs that have carried you through life could slowly fail you without warning. Do you want to risk becoming dependent on your children one day simply because of wrong bathing habits? In today's video, we will uncover 5 bathing habits that most people over 60 fall into, habits that are quietly destroying leg strength day by day. But don't worry, at the end of this video, I'll share 6 incredibly simple solutions that anyone can do to not only protect your legs, but also preserve your independence and freedom in later life. Would you like to know how those seemingly harmless habits can actually be so dangerous? If you think this topic is important, hit subscribe, press like, and type 1 in the comments so I know you want more videos like this. If you think it's not necessary, type 0. Whether you choose 1 or 0, that's how you decide whether your health will be protected. So what exactly is the first bathing habit that is quietly stealing the strength from your legs? Can you guess? Habit 1. Standing too long on hard bathroom floors. Do you think that standing while bathing is just a normal routine with no risk at all? In reality, this is one of the hidden reasons why legs weaken after age 60. When you stand too long on cold, hard tile, pressure builds up on your knees, ankles, and calves, joints and muscles that are already more fragile with age. Do you know what happens inside your legs when you stand still like that? Blood pools in your lower limbs, oxygen supply to your muscles drops, and fatigue and slow recovery set in. Think of your legs as pumps, constantly pushing blood back to the heart. When you're young, strong muscles and elastic veins send blood upward with ease. But after 60, muscles shrink, veins lose elasticity, and this pumping action weakens significantly. Add just a few extra minutes of standing still on cold tiles, and blood pooling worsens, leaving your legs heavy, swollen, and weaker each day. Do you realize that this tiny habit, which seems so harmless, is quietly stealing away your freedom with every step? What's more, almost all of us are guilty of making the same mistake as Mrs. Margaret, without even knowing it. Could it be that you, too, are unintentionally weakening your legs just by standing too long on a hard bathroom floor? But do you think this habit is already dangerous enough? There is still another silent culprit, one that seems to bring relaxation, but is secretly draining your muscles every day. And what is it? Stay tuned for the next part to find out.
Habit 2. Bathing in water that's too hot. Do you enjoy the feeling of soaking under hot water, especially on cold days or after a long, tiring day? Many people over 60 consider this a wonderful way to relax. But did you know that this very habit, which seems so comforting, is actually a silent killer that slowly wears down your muscle strength every day? When you bathe in water that's too hot, your blood vessels suddenly expand and blood rushes to your skin to cool you down. That may sound good, but at that moment, your muscles, the very places that need oxygen and nutrients for recovery, are left starved. Can you picture it? Your legs are like an army waiting for supplies, but all the food and water have been diverted elsewhere. The result, slower muscle recovery, inflammation, and faster weakness. Isn't it surprising that just one wrong bathing habit can turn once strong legs into heavy, tired limbs after only a few steps? The question is, are you unknowingly draining your own strength every time you turn on the hot water tap? And if you think hot water is dangerous, you'll be even more surprised to learn that another common bathroom habit could be silently stealing vital minerals from your body, leaving you more prone to cramps and nighttime fatigue. Can you guess what it is? Habit 3. Using harsh soaps that strip away magnesium and natural oils. Have you ever thought that the soap you use daily might be the culprit behind your weakening legs? Many people believe that as long as soap smells nice and produces plenty of foam, it must be clean and good for the body. But in reality, many commercial soaps contain harsh detergents like SLS, synthetic fragrances, and preservatives. Did you know that these ingredients don't just wash away dirt, they also strip away your skin's protective oils and even valuable minerals, especially magnesium? Magnesium is the golden key for muscle contraction and relaxation, nerve signaling, and energy production. Young people can replenish it more easily, but after age 60, magnesium absorption decreases. If your body loses even more magnesium because of soap, your muscles are more likely to cramp, ache, and fatigue, especially with painful nighttime leg cramps. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a sudden stabbing calf cramp? Could it be that the real cause lies in the bar of soap sitting in your bathroom? What's even more concerning is that millions of people still believe that the cleaner and more fragrant, the better. But in truth, every time you lather up with a strong soap, you may be unintentionally stripping away the resilience and endurance of your legs. So ask yourself, is your bar of soap keeping you clean or quietly making you weaker day by day? And if you already find soap frightening, just wait, because another seemingly harmless habit, the way you scrub your legs, may actually cause tiny injuries that dull nerve sensitivity and reduce your balance. Can you guess what it is?
Habit 4. Scrubbing your legs too harshly. Do you remember the childhood habit of thinking, the harder you scrub, the cleaner you'll be? Many people over 60 still hold on to this habit, using stiff brushes or rough sponges to scrub vigorously. But did you know that as skin and blood vessels age, they can no longer withstand such harsh scrubbing? Each time you rub too hard, you create countless micro-injuries invisible to the naked eye. Have you ever thought that in the name of cleanliness, you might actually be damaging your legs? When you scrub too aggressively, tiny capillaries break, peripheral nerves become irritated, and the receptors that help you sense balance gradually weaken. The result? Bruising, stinging, numbness, or tingling in your legs. More frightening is the silent decline in balance, raising your risk of falling with each passing day. Can you imagine? A small sponge could determine the stability of your steps? What troubles me is that so many people still believe the cleaner, the better. But the truth is, the harder you scrub, the weaker your legs become. Are you unintentionally giving up your balance just for the sake of feeling cleaner? And if you think harsh scrubbing is the last harmful habit, wait until you hear about the 5th one. A habit that seems gentle, something almost everyone does, but actually opens the door for fungi and bacteria to invade, slowly weakening your muscles. Can you guess what it is? Habit 5. Not drying your legs properly after bathing. Do you often finish bathing and only give your legs a quick wipe, leaving them to air dry on their own? Many people think it makes no difference. After all, the water will evaporate anyway.
But did you know that this lingering dampness is actually an open invitation for fungi, bacteria, and infections to attack your legs every single day? When the skin of your feet, especially between the toes, behind the knees, or around the calves, remains moist, it creates the perfect environment for fungal and bacterial growth. Even worse, these infections don't just cause itching or peeling skin, they also reduce nerve sensitivity and, through chronic inflammation, gradually weaken your muscles. Do you realize that by skipping just a few seconds of careful drying, you could be sacrificing the strength and stability of your legs? What's most concerning is that many people think leaving their legs to dry naturally is harmless. But in reality, every time you skip thorough drying, you are silently allowing bacteria and fungi to chip away at your strength. Are you unintentionally giving up control of your legs because of a small act of neglect? And here's the bigger picture. The 5 habits we've just discussed, standing too long on hard floors, bathing in water that's too hot, using harsh soaps, scrubbing too hard, and not drying your legs properly, when repeated over many years, lead to consequences far worse than you might imagine.
The long-term consequences. You may think these habits only cause small inconveniences, a little cramping, occasional heaviness, or a few bruises. But the truth is, the long-term effects are far more serious. Did you know that, repeated year after year, these small habits can turn into a nightmare of old age? Muscles gradually waste away from poor blood flow and mineral loss, leading to muscle weakness. Once muscles weaken, balance slips away. Just one misstep or a slight slip in the bathroom can cause a fall. And falls, as you may know, are the leading cause of fractures, disability, and even death among older adults. With just one fall, the independence you cherished your whole life could vanish. Isn't it frightening that these seemingly harmless bathing habits could rob you of your freedom? The most important thing to remember, these consequences do not simply come from aging, but from daily mistakes. And here's the good news. If habits are the cause, then we have the power to change them. With change, you can prevent or even reverse this decline. Do you believe that even at 70 or 80, your legs can still regain their strength with just a few simple adjustments? So the real question is, what can you do to protect your legs, maintain strength, and preserve independence after 60? Would you like to know the 6 simple yet effective solutions that anyone can start today? 6 simple solutions to protect your legs after 60. Now that you know the bathing habits that can quietly destroy the strength of your legs, you may be asking yourself, what can I do to stop it? The good news is you don't need to change everything at once. Just a few small actions, done consistently every day, can make a remarkable difference. Can you believe that in just a few weeks, your legs could regain their stability if you start today? The first solution is to place a soft mat in your bathroom or use a shower chair. By doing so, you reduce the pressure on your joints while helping blood circulate more easily. Can you imagine how something as simple as a mat could protect your knees and improve your leg recovery? The second solution is to keep your water at a warm, comfortable temperature. Instead of immersing yourself in hot water, choose a level that feels pleasant but does not deprive your muscles of blood supply. Would you like your legs to feel energized after every bath instead of exhausted from heat? The third solution is to switch your soap. Choose gentle, low-foam options without harsh detergents to preserve your body's natural oils and minerals. If possible, add magnesium through lotions or diet. Can you see how just changing a bar of soap could help protect you from cramps and muscle fatigue? The fourth solution may sound simple, but is extremely important. Dry your legs thoroughly after every bath. Don't forget between your toes, behind your knees, and around your calves, the areas most likely to stay damp. Can you believe that a few careful wipes could save you from cramps and persistent fungal infections? The fifth solution is to change your scrubbing habit. Use a soft towel and wash gently instead of scrubbing harshly. Think of your legs as an aging friend who needs tender care.
Would you hurt that friend just because of an old habit? And finally, the sixth solution is to listen to your body. Each time you feel heaviness, numbness, cramps, or fatigue, don't dismiss it as just getting old. In truth, these are warning signals your body is sending you. Have you ever thought that your legs are talking to you every day, you just haven't been listening? The best part is that these 6 solutions don't require money or strenuous exercise. They are so simple that anyone, at any age, can begin right away. The real question is, when will you start? Will you wait until you fall before making a change? Or will you begin today to preserve your freedom? But there is something even more important than these 6 solutions. It is a belief. Do you believe that aging does not have to mean frailty, that your body can still be strong and independent if you care for it properly? Let me share the final message. The most important thing to remember is not about hot water or soap or towels. The most important thing is breaking the false belief that aging must mean weak, shaky legs and lost independence. The truth is, your body always has the ability to recover, if you give it the chance. Do you believe that even at 70, 80, or 90, you can still walk steadily, care for yourself, and live with freedom? What saddens doctors most is not the illnesses themselves, but the way many people give up, believing they cannot improve. But the truth is, your legs respond to every small action you take. Change even a little, and your body will answer. So, will you give up, or will you take action? Will you surrender your independence, or keep walking confidently alongside your children and friends? Don't wait until you fall and break a bone to regret it. Don't wait for a doctor's diagnosis to change. Start today. Place a safe mat in your bathroom. Choose warm, not hot, water. Dry carefully between your toes, and pay attention to your body's signals. Your legs don't just help you move, they support your entire life, your independence, your happiness, and your belief that old age can still be strong and free. If you found this video helpful, click like, hit subscribe, and share it with friends and family. And don't forget to comment below. Type 1 if you are ready to make a change, or 0 if you are still uncertain. I truly want to know which path will you choose for your later years.